My name is Ryan Louvar. I serve as the Chief Legal Officer and Head of Business and Legal Affairs Digital Assets for WisdomTree, a $160 billion asset manager listed on the New York Stock Exchange and headquartered here in New York City. I've spent more than 25 years working at the intersection of asset management, ETFs, digital assets, and tokenization, focused on legal, compliance, risk management, and policy. The Clarity Act matters because it can provide the market structure certainty around asset classification and SEC and CFTC jurisdiction, with broader modernization provisions needed for responsible tokenization and blockchain-based infrastructure to scale in the United States. Section 505 is particularly important because it preserves the principle that a tokenized security should remain the security it represents. At the same time, it fosters the proposition that regulators should be able to modernize how operational requirements apply to blockchain-based infrastructure. That is the right balance. Same regulatory substance, modernized operational mechanics. Tokenization is often described as a new asset class, but it is better understood as a new set of rails for owning, transferring, and settling financial products. What changes is the infrastructure through which the asset can be held and moved. An analogy to ETFs is helpful. ETFs did not invent stocks or bonds. They gave investors greater transparency and access to those asset classes at lower cost. Tokenization can do something similar and potentially more compelling by modernizing the speed and flexibility of financial infrastructure while preserving investor protections. That is especially important in markets that increasingly operate around the clock. For most Americans, the focus is not really about blockchain, but realizing the benefits that may come from it. WisdomTree is proof that this can be done responsibly. Earlier this year, WisdomTree became the first and to date only firm to receive SEC exemptive relief, allowing SEC-registered broker-dealers to trade an SEC-registered money market fund, the WisdomTree Tokenized Money Market Fund, 24/7, 365, enabling instant settlement for tokenized fund shares for the first time under U.S. law. We also offer the largest lineup of SEC-registered funds that are tokenized in the market, 15 funds spanning equity, fixed income, alternative, and asset allocation through our WisdomTree Prime and Connect platforms, while also making available tokenized gold, Bitcoin, Ether, and a dollar stablecoin available through our WisdomTree Prime platform. Importantly, WisdomTree has chosen the more regulated path rather than the easier one. Our tokenized fund business includes a variety of SEC-registered entities: SEC-registered investment advisor, transfer agent, investment company, and broker-dealer. And the tokenized gold, Bitcoin, Ether, and stablecoin side of the business is operated under a New York limited purpose trust company underseen by the New York State Department of Financial Services and a money services, money transmission license business. This structure reflects our belief that responsible innovation requires identifiable, regulated entities accountable to investors and regulators. The Genius Act has already shown that clear congressional rules can bring serious institutions off the sidelines. Clarity can do the same at far greater scale for the broader digital asset market. And that matters for U.S. leadership. The question is no longer whether finance will become more digital. It will. The question is whether the United States will continue to lead in developing the next generation of financial infrastructure while preserving the strengths that have made its capital benchmarks the capital markets, a global benchmark for innovation and investor protection. WisdomTree's experience shows that responsible tokenization is possible today. The Clarity Act can help make it repeatable, scalable, and available to more investors. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.